Hey guys, it's Bryan Wills here. Another beautiful Wednesday morning, or I guess, yeah, still morning out there. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's been a pretty awesome summer so far. We're going to continue on this month. This month's all been about injury and icing and heating, and I got a lot of comments last week about my joke about the heating pad, making sure you maintain that well with the pair of scissors there. This week I want to talk about recovery. We suck at recovery. I'm just going to call it what it is. And I talked a little bit about this last night with the Health Army. I want to talk a little bit more about today. Recovery is kind of the forgotten process that we need to have for our bodies to be healthy. We can't just go and go and go and go and go and never recover and allow our bodies to repair and rest and things like that. The problem is people don't really know how to recover. Like I said before, we really suck at it. Recovery nowadays is sitting on your couch watching Netflix for 12 hours straight and eating a bowl of ice cream. That's not recovery. That's not self-care. Our bodies are built to move. They weren't built to sit. So I'm going to break down kind of things into passive recovery and active recovery. Now, passive recovery obviously is sleep. Sleep is one of the big things that we always talk about nowadays that we're not getting enough of. And even with this pandemic going on, all the stresses that we have patients that are just not sleeping well. Now, the big question is, how much should you sleep? Usually that 7 to 9 hour range is usually about the if you're sleeping more than 9, 10, 11, 12 hours, what happens when you wake up? Usually you're tired, you're groggy, and things like that. That's the reason why is because your body only needs that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You sleep less than that, your body's not repairing enough as it should. You sleep more than that, you're just end up waking up groggy and kind of out of it for the rest of the day. So 7 to 9 hours is really critical. How do you get that? Obviously making sure your room is dark, not looking at your phone before you go to bed, not watching TV before you go to bed, which brings me to my second form of kind of passive recovery, which is reading. Most readings have a lost art. I always ask patients, how many books have you read this year? And I get a lot of puzzled looks once in a while because most people just don't read at all anymore. So we should be reading. I try to read a book at least every month, if not two, and get the old-fashioned thing. I know the e-readers are great now, and it's awesome because it's cheaper. You can, don't have to carry around books, but there's just something about an old book, just the feel of it, the look of it, and not having that blue light kind of shining in your eyes all the time, really helps you put you to sleep, especially at night. And the third one for passive recovery would be meditation. Meditation is another thing that's gotten a lot of attention over the last few years. A lot of research has been done on meditation and how great it is for you and your brain to kind of calm it down a little bit. I know there's a lot of misinterpretation of what meditation actually is. For most of us, we think that meditation's, the bald guy in the orange robe, cross-legged, chanting or whatever. But meditation is just kind of slowing your brain down. So most of us have smartphones. There's a million different apps in your smartphone to do guided meditations, and you should be doing it every day. How long should you do it? It can be as little as 3 to 5 minutes. It can be as long as a half hour if you have that much time. But just making sure we're kind of slowing the brain down and letting the brain adapt and recover to kind of all the stresses that we put it through during the day. That leads me to active recovery. Now, active recovery is much, much better than the passive, obviously, because our bodies are built to move. Again, most people think when we relax, we have to just sit around and do nothing. But relaxation should be more about movement. So taking a walk, especially out in nature, getting outside, getting some fresh air is huge for you. You don't need to walk 1,000 miles an hour, but just getting outside and walking. For me, exercise is my relaxation. I love to lift weights. I love to exercise. I love to run. I love to play basketball and golf and do these things. I'm being active while I'm doing it. And it's really, really good to help your body repair as well when you're not beating it up all the time, but doing some type of active recovery. It could be swimming as well. Swimming's great. Walking is great. A good workout. It could be a lot of different things. Just being active. For some people, clean their garage. Get rid of things is more of an active recovery. So I want to make sure you guys are focused on recovery. I know we don't talk about that enough. And in our office, we see all the time these repetitive motion injuries where people are doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, never giving their bodies a chance to heal and repair. We see these overuse injuries all the time where people are doing the same thing. Especially kids nowadays, playing the same sport over and over and over and over again. There's a reason why we have multiple sports is because kids should be playing multiple sports and working on different skills. So, again, we want to get away from the repetitive motion, away from the, overuse injuries, and let our bodies heal and repair. And again, there's two ways to do it, the active and passive. I kind of went through those already. I would highly recommend that people start reading more. I think it's a great way to kind of calm your brain down and kind of tune out what's happening in the outside world, because it's really, really stressful out there right now. And but active recovery is huge. Taking a walk, going on a hike, swimming, exercising, those types of things. We need to start doing those things every single day to allow our body to do what it's meant to do, which is to be healthy and not be injured and sick all the time. So hope you guys found that impactful. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Make sure we answer them. And until then, keep living the dream.